World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Jana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
She was told that she couldn't play with the boys. She was told that they were too big, too rough, too strong. She was told to give up her dreams and move on. She was told to just be pretty, be quiet, be a lady. She was told that women had to stay on their side of the court, stay in your lane. Playing and competing with men was insane. She was told that men and women would never be equal. Dreaming like that would only be linked to your mind, to your soul. She never listened. She knew that their thinking was old. She is magic. She is the definition of spirit. She is what champions are made of. She is now.
Greetings and welcome to Access Wealth Nation with Dr. Jana B. Woodhouse, broadcast on the Soul City Network and also through WHCR 90.3 FM, the soul of Harlem, the voice of Harlem. And I'm Dr. Jana B. Woodhouse. I'm welcoming you to an exciting event that we're speaking today. I have a wonderful guest, and so I'm not going to take too long before I get to him because we got a lot to cover. But I just want to say to you all, keep your minds open and understand that you are getting your checkup from the neck up. So that is an opportunity to educate yourselves. We are about financial education. So that being said, you know, we have the book, How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. Hopefully you can see it. If you'd like to get the book, the free book, thank you for those of you who have asked for it. As you know, it's free 99, it's free. But it gives you a good understanding of how money works. Stop being a sucker out here. And all you have to do is send me an email to anajenterprisesinc@gmail.com. Also, I feel that if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So those of you who are very concerned about how your finances are going as we're coming into the new year, you know, everybody does these New Year's resolutions. Well, your resolution should be, let me get my plan. And you can have a free financial, no obligation plan. All you have to do is call my office, 646-375-2121. And it will definitely allow you to receive a free financial analysis and it's no obligation. So it tells you where you are and where you want to be. Where do you want to go? It's almost like when you go to the doctor, they find out what's wrong with you and then how to cure you and take you to another level. So that's what we have an offer here. I believe that today's show will give some enlightenment. I'm really excited to open up. So I'm not going to take much time because I need to get started with this. We have heard, and you all have asked me, Jana, what about cryptocurrency? Well, you know how I feel is the best thing to do is to bring forth experts. So this gentleman has been involved. I call him the cryptocurrency pioneer. He's one of the pioneers. He has held a blog in enlightening people, up to 15 million visitors and 55 million page views per month. So people are listening to him, and he's very secure, very personable. He has the education behind him. He has a postmaster's degree in information science and international business. He went to Fordham State, no, Fordham, no, sorry, that's my alma mater. Had to throw that in there. Florida State University. And he is truly passionate about helping our community and informing it. And so, with no further ado, I'd like to bring on my guest. And as I said, I'm calling him and dubbing him the pioneer of cryptocurrency, Mr. Mathieu Louis. Welcome.
Hey, how you guys? How's New York? New York, New York, United States of America. How you guys doing?
We are hanging in here to New York. You know, the world is moving faster than a thought. So
Way
we have
faster
to
than
catch up with it, you know.
way faster than the four, and crypto is moving even faster.
Wow.
Uh,
So what I wanted to open up to share a little bit about yourself. A little, I mean, I've already talked about you, but how you got into the world of cryptocurrency, and then next to describe this cryptocurrency and what does it really mean.
well, I'm Matthew Louis. Uh, I started with crypto back in 2010, 2000, end of 2010, enter 2011, and crypto started in 2009. Well, Bitcoin started in 2009. In 2010, I sold one of my biggest creations ever. It was a dating website. I sold it to. It was acquired by a bigger company.
Hmm.
The beta technology person that I am, I was always looking for. And still to the day, today, I'm still looking for the next big thing. So in 2010, I got bored after I sold my company, and I was looking for the next big thing, right? So I found this thing called Bitcoin, and at the time, nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew to sell it and how to acquire it. And I was very curious about history behind Bitcoin because it was this gentleman. We'll call him not Satoshi Nakamoto, but still nobody knows who invented this thing. Recently, as recent as 2 days ago, this gentleman named Craig Wright, uh, he won a case in Florida. He claimed he is the founder of Bitcoin and he has a stash and he wanted access to it. He won the case, but still to this day, we don't believe that he is the real founder of Bitcoin. So nobody knows. And I read the white paper, which the white paper we call white paper, which is a business spin in the business world. I read the white paper and I was very curious behind the technology he created. And but very few people. If you're in technology, one of the hardcore technology person coders, and you come across these things every now and then. So I came across the white paper, the business plan he worked for Bitcoin, and I was like, wow, he's got something here. But what attracted me the most was the reason for him doing it. He was a victim of the 2008 of housing crisis.
Hmm.
So he wrote the paper and said that he was participating in a blog. We don't know who he is, but he has a persona. He had a alias, participating on blogs and forum boards, saying he was a victim and he created this for the people, by the people, for the people, to give us financial freedom, grab us away from the banks uh that doing all this injustice to usually. And you know, as my nerd is, we are the number one when it comes to injustice by corporate America or corporate anywhere, right?
Hmm.
So he created Bitcoin and I found it and I was like, wow, this is very interesting. So I got involved. I learned as much as I can. I already know technology. So the difference between me and a lot of other Bitcoin experts is I understand the technology.
Okay.
I understand it from a technology standpoint before everything else. So I read the technology and I looked at it. I was like, wow, he's got something here. This can really replace money. So I got involved. And I didn't get involved for myself. The first thing I did was created a blog educating people about it. And that was in 2010. And it come out in 2009, educating people about this new, I would say this new money. People call it technology, but I was educating people not on the technology aspects of it, which is a blockchain, but on the currency aspects of it. I started educating people. Blog got very popular, and it was acquired by another company. It was two of us at the time. They got bigger than me, and they acquired me. So now I started doing seminars. I was going to LA, Miami, New York. LA, I had 15. No, LA, I had about 900 people in the room that wanted to know. That was 2017, 2018. That wanted to know about this thing called Bitcoin. So I started doing seminars all over the country as far as Bangkok, right? And I gained a little notoriety, become a little popular. And here I am talking to you now, Dr. Woodhouse, and your audience about Bitcoin.
So when you got started and they were paying you, were you trying to at that point get paid in Bitcoins or?
No, I wasn't getting paid at all.
No, you did this all gratis.
No, I was trading Bitcoin and I was taking some of my profits trying to help my people. Because one thing I know about my people, and I have people calling me from all over the world now. I say, Matthew, wow. And my father-in-law called me the other day. He says, because I was at home one time, my father-in-law mistakenly left his computer open, right? And he left it on his E-Trade account. And I see how much money he was losing his E-Trade account. I said, you know what? Take $20,000 from that and put it in Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $1,700 at the time. And he says, okay, I'm gonna do it. And the following week I follow up. He never did it. And last week he called me. He says, oh, I would have at least $10 million right now had I listened to you. And that's just one of many people. And I can't count on top of my head how many people call me and say, Matt, or email me or text me and say, Matt, why didn't I listen to you? Right? Why didn't I listen to you? But that's the reality. I took some of that profit I made and I started going around the world.
Okay.
I did seminars in Nairobi. I did seminars in Zimbabwe. I did seminars in South Africa, just trying to put as many Black people in the room as I can for them to learn about this new technology, this new currency. Because the first question I would ask in my seminar is, did your parents miss the internet technology, the internet economy? The internet economy was started really in 1990s, early 1990s. I'm like, did your parent miss the internet economy? My parents did. I mean, if my parent didn't, I would have a private jet right now from Amazon, straight from money from Amazon. That was the internet economy. And everybody was like, yeah, they missed it. I mean, some of them, the one that's still alive, they don't give me nothing. And the one that are gone, and they leave me anything. So I'm like, okay, do not repeat the mistakes of your parents and miss this second wave of internet economy. This is it. This is replacing the internet. Do not make the mistake.
I got it. So just a disclaimer, we're trying to educate our folks. So to make an educated decision, of course, we're not making an offering to stay good, go in. But if you know better, you'll do better. Okay. Exactly. And so can you, Matthew, tell me, what is Bitcoin? What is it? I know you said technology. I got that. But how does it work? You know, we don't even know. And I'll put a disclaimer there is that if somebody asked us now, how does the Federal Reserve notes work? We don't know because there's nothing backing it. There's no gold. There's no silver. We know, not since 1933, but we have faith. If I give you $20 in U.S. currency, I'm expecting to get something equal share for that $20.
Exactly.
So that's how that works. How does this work?
Okay, let me ask you this. What's the last time you you go to Walmart or Publix or it says a popular grocery stores in New York and pull out cash? You use either a credit card or a
Or a
check
debit card,
a debit card or a
right?
check.
Cash
And
app.
cash app. In fact, uh, the majority of the banks in the United States now are closing the physical locations.
Yes.
What they're doing is they're going virtual.
Yes.
Bitcoin is nothing but a virtual currency.
Mm.
Maxine Waters, the senator that I
Yes.
love so much, that have done so much to represent Black people all over the world, not just United States of America, even the country I'm from, Haiti, uh, once said, you know what? If we didn't have something against new technology, we would have implemented virtual currency, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and or another currency or a stable coin, and we would have gotten those stimulus checks to the people in within hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It would have been virtual money that's transmitted
Virtual.
to
Yes.
your account within seconds. That's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is virtual money. It doesn't exist. Let's put it this way. The money you have in your bank account doesn't exist either. It doesn't exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever money in your hand, it doesn't exist. See, it's an idea. That's all it
Yes.
is. Idea. And Bitcoin is an idea. It's virtual currency. You and I can create our own virtual currency. The thing is, virtual currency is anything that I can trade between you and I,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can give you a laptop, right?
Yes.
And you give me a piece of virtual land, which is mana. That's what virtual lands are going for millions of dollars. Virtual land, a plot of land in New York, and this system called mana, right? The central land, virtual land.
So it's not really a physical thing. It's a
It's,
virtual. It's
it's virtual. And this is where the world is going. Everything is going virtual. And what coronavirus did was kind of move that forward. Nobody
okay.
wants to touch anything anymore. You understand what I mean? It's just a virtual currency where I can use to trade instead of me handing you a piece of paper like $1 or $10 to exchange. I just get on my phone and send that virtually to you, right? If everybody's trading virtually, there's no reason for the US dollars.
There's no need really for a
There's
bank.
not for a bank, right? So the reserves, the United States Reserve can decide the day hey, I'm gonna transfer all our currency into virtual currency. And they may choose Bitcoin as that virtual currency because it really doesn't matter. It's a virtual way of transacting.
To
That's
trading.
what it is. Trading.
Do you see, because right now we're at this stage, I know many of people this year did their taxes and their accountants or their tax preparers asked the infamous question, do you trade, sell, buy anything at all, have any virtual currency? And when we were in class last year, they had a whole session asking, well, if you say no and you do, now you're committing perjury because you signed that tax document. And if you say yes, then that allows you to be known what you have. Now, the question I have for you is, where do you see that that's going as far as people? Because I had someone ask me, they said that they were invested in cryptocurrency in some level, and all of a sudden someone asked for their social security number where they weren't asking for that before. So where's this going?
Go ahead. Here's the thing. It took United States many centuries to tax my weed, marijuana.
Ah, true.
And they still don't know how to tax cocaine. And that would be legal right now if the United States government knew how to tax it. Cocaine would be legal if the United States government knew how to tax cocaine. See, here's the thing. With that is early approval for us. For us, we look at the United States asking the tax information as acceptance, right? You can't tax anything that you don't accept, that you don't approve of.
Yes.
Legally, it's not a legal tender yet, but that is coming in 2022. The tax questions are nothing more than a trap. They're not really expecting you. And I recommend anybody that have virtual currency to pay the tax on it right now, but they're not really doing that to tax you. They're trying to cash you on a lie. It may be 5 years from now. Or you thinking, okay, they don't have my wallet, they don't have anything. So I'm gonna say that I don't hold any cryptocurrency. Then 5 years come now, they come knock on your door. Because right now they don't have a system of tracking.
Correct.
So what they're doing right now is they're trying to trap you into answering yes or no. So when they put their system in place to track it, they're going to be retroactive. They're going to go back and track you 5 years ago when you said no. Right now it's just a trap, and don't fall for it.
Got it. So you're suggesting that even if you're in the United States and you receive you're trading cryptocurrency, if you have a capital gain, go ahead and pay the tax on it.
And you don't have to be in the United States of America. As long as you hold that passport, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you hold that passport,
you're true. That's true, definitely. I had a guest on a few months ago, and they were talking about cryptocurrency, and it was recommended that they don't don't do your trading inside the United States. Take it out. I had the question because, again, like you said, and I'm very happy that you've been very honest with this, is that if I said, well, even that, if you're a United States citizen and the United States has a treaty with the country, you're obliged as a U.S. citizen to pay the taxes. And so the young lady said, but you set up a trust, an international trust, and then you don't include it in the trading aspect because it's outside of the country. What's your take on this?
My take on that is that you don't plan on becoming rich from crypto. That's somebody that's trying to make a few dimes on crypto, and those people more less likely they'll come after them, right? But if you're planning on investing and making a lot of money in crypto, come clean. Because here's the thing. Any countries that United States doesn't have a treaty with, you don't want to be in anyway, right? So do you want to run to Iran? Do you want to run to Lebanon, right?
That's right.
The thing is, if you don't do it now, if you try to cheat United States of America, that's where you're going to find yourself, in Lebanon, right? In Iran, and in countries that you don't want to be in, try to dodge taxes. Guys, let's put it this way. Capital gain is capital gain. Do things legally. Do things right. Because it works for me. I'm giving you this advice because it works for me. Do things legally. Do things right. Then you won't have nothing to worry about. If you don't want to pay taxes on money, I'm not giving any tax advice here. I'm not a tax lawyer. But the way I'm telling you, the way I do it. When I don't want to pay taxes on something, I take the money and purchase a business, make a business purchase. A lot of wealthy people, what they do, they don't pay taxes on the money because they'll take that profit and buy a building, right? And they'll buy something, even a vehicle like a Hummer, right? A Hummer is considered a business transactions because it's 8,000 plus pounds.
Right. It's a high end.
Yeah, do it that way. John Kerry, when he ran for president, his number one issue people had with him was he paid very little taxes. He said, I'm not doing anything wrong. I just know the tax code, right? Just know the tax code. You don't have to do anything illegal to save in taxes. You can pay virtually little taxes by doing things right.
So when you say that someone they weren't planning to really become very wealthy. Is it the focus of uh, investing or utilizing this cryptocurrency on the different levels is to create yourself to a level of financial
Wealth.
freedom?
Yes, it's wealth. I'm talking to you right now from undisclosed Caribbean country, Caribbean island.
Hmm.
I'm talking to you right now. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to get on a plane and go to Dominican Republic
Yes.
to do a seminar, in-person seminar. Thanks to crypto, I can leave the United States and said I'm not dealing with y'all coronas. I'm going to an island that have reported very few coronas and just sit here for a year and still paying my bills. I'm paying those bills here and still paying my bills in the United States. I still have my property. I still have my cars in the United States. That's financial freedom thanks to cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Guys, there's a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunities. Had you invested $1 on Amazon in 19, let's not even say Amazon. Amazon was later than that. Let's say Google,
Yes.
Google.com. As we invested $1 in Google.com, when it come out in 1994, 1996,
Around there in the early 90s.
1996 or early 90s, right now you would have been wealthy. And that was the internet I'm talking about, the internet economy I'm talking about. And this is the same thing with crypto. Don't make the mistakes of your parents. If your parents got wealthy from uh, the technology evolution back in the 1990s, congratulations. But if they didn't get rich from that, let's not say rich, let's say wealthy. If they didn't get wealthy from that, this is your opportunity now to not repeat the mistakes of your parents.
Well, the Bitcoin's been out, like you said, I believe you said like 2009.
Nine,
Uh,
correct.
uh, so we're here, we're getting ready to embark about 2022. So
2020.
is it too late for folks to get on
It's
board?
never too late. In 2009, Bitcoin was 0.0008 cents. In 2018, it was fluctuating between 1,800 to 3,500. Fast forward to 2021, it fluctuates between 45,000 to 67,000.
Mm,
And Bitcoin is projected to be $1 million token within the next 5 years.
mm.
$1 million. And then my
For one,
projection
just
for
one.
one. And you don't have to buy one. You can buy $2 worth of Bitcoin. My projection for 2022 is at least $100,000. And the thing is, here's the kicker. It's only 24 million. That cannot increase ever. Only 24 million. I wrote
That's
an
all that's
article
been issued. That's all
that's
that's
been
been created.
issued, and that's it. I wrote an article recently that says if every single millionaires in the United States of America buy one Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be $1 million. The price would be $1 million today. Just the United States, not the world, just the United States.
Hmm.
Every
Hmm.
single millionaire in the United States buy one Bitcoin. 24 million, guys. Limited supply, high demand. And corporate America is just getting into it.
Got
It
it.
was just the regular people like me and you that was pushing the price of Bitcoin. Now we have corporate investors coming in. Every day you hear in the news, such and such just bought $100 million of Bitcoin.
I
And
just mentioned to everybody, if you have a question, and I'm glad Debbie has stepped forward, please, this is your time because y'all have asked me and asked me. Don't get shy now. We got the expert here.
yeah,
Uh,
and
Debbie's question is, how does one purchase Bitcoin?
how does one purchase Bitcoin? It's very easy. You guys use Cash App. Connect your bank, connect your account, your banking account to Cash App. And when you go to Cash App, type on that little B and click purchase. And Cash App will give you the options for 100, 200, 300, and whatever amount. And you just click purchase and it's done. That's how
So
simple.
now, if it's worth these millions, million now, and you try to purchase, so you get a fraction of a Bitcoin.
A fraction of a Bitcoin, of the limited supply of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the first one. Right now, we have over 13,000 clone projects.
Oh,
And
really?
we may not, I don't know if we're going to go into NFTs. NFTs is
I
the
would
latest
like
trend.
to, if you give me a few minutes, because I'm probably going to have you come back. You know, you and I became family now.
Yeah, 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 we're family. We had to. We had to. Bitcoin is a trading asset. That says a trading virtual assets. NFTs are virtual trading assets tied to real tangible assets. And we're gonna go into that
Mm.
when you're ready.
Oh, that is fun. So this is where I think that, as far as we are concerned, we have this world that we've been raised in. You go to the store, you buy. If you're going to trade stocks, bonds, whatever, you get your broker or your brokerage account and you trade. And as you opened my mind a bit, I must say that is that truly, for the most part, when I do seminars, and many of y'all have heard me say it, is that we have no relationship to a dollar because we never touch it, you know.
Yeah.
And therefore our mindsets are not really like, I know I do in a seminar, I say, well, you know, if you balance your checkbook, and then I think about it, ain't nobody checking balancing no checkbook because they don't have a checkbook.
They don't have it, right?
You know, it's very few of us like myself who still write checks at times, you know. So that's a thought. That is a thought there, and an educational thought. So for the NFTs, I'm gonna tell you, when I first heard about them, I was like, okay. So I own something. I own this picture. I own a picture. And it's the picture of Sarah Vaughan. I really do own this picture, okay, because it's my dad's picture when he was in World War II, and he used to take pictures, and they visited the black soldiers. So I own that picture. What is it that people would be getting from me? The use of that picture?
First, let me say this. I think I have some checkbooks in the house from like the early 2000s, and I kept them. So I think I'm gonna NFT those in a few years. They're gonna be unique.
Wait a minute. You're gonna
Be some unique. There'll be
Now
some
you got me going.
okay. 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 Talking about your pictures, we have two type of NFTs. NFT, by the way, NFT stands for non-fungible. So NFT is the abbreviation for non-fungible tokens. As for your pictures, there's two ways you can do it, because we have two type of NFTs. One NFT that can be redistributed. You can mint and create multiple versions of that photo.
Okay.
And somebody can buy a piece of that photo, right? Of that picture. Or you can do an exclusive NFT. I'm not going to go into the numbers. They have codes for the specific NFTs. You have the ERC to ERC 20, ERC 22, ERC 22, 27. Those are more technical. We're not going to go into that. But you have the NFT where that can be redistributed. And you have the NFT that can be exclusive. One person. I don't know if you guys familiar with the video Charlie Bit Me, that little child.
Yeah, that thing, that's where it first came up. I think it was 60 Minutes talked about it. And I was like,
somebody sold that for 400,000 exclusively. So that only that person that bought it have the options to distribute that and to resell, have the resale right to the NFT. But the owner of that video also had the options to sell it by pieces, by putting it on an auction where people would buy pieces of it. The way that works, whatever that product that you have, and I buy pieces of it as an NFT, the profit is shared to your investors.
all the investors, all
Correct.
the people who have a part of it.
Exactly. So you can
Because that
NFT
thing
with
Charlie
house.
bit me, I thought was hilarious because it's a little kid who
Uh-huh.
Charlie bit me. He bit his
No,
brother.
over like what was it, 2-3 billion views? Yeah.
Yeah, and then behind it, they came on explaining, but they didn't explain it as well as you did. I must say that. That's why I have you here, because this is really enlightening. He said that the guy now, the two kids are old. They're teenagers
Yeah, yeah, the
now,
teenagers, yeah.
but they're making money.
A lot
And
of money.
so okay, I'm going back to being a broker. Is there an NFT market? Is it someplace I think someone's
There,
asking also, how do I do this?
there are a bunch of NFT markets. I'm not going to give you a specific one because I will not endorse a specific one because
I
I have
appreciate
my own coming up in January. We're
Okay.
launching our own NFT network. So, which is if you go to NFTad.network, you will see that in January we're launching our own NFT marketplace. But if you also Google NFT marketplace, you will get a bunch, right? You'll get a bunch of marketplaces where you can create NFTs. We call minting NFTs, right? You can mint NFTs. Yeah, there is a market and it's huge. Every now and then you go to the news, almost every day now, not every now and then, you hear somebody sell a piece of art for 10 million. You hear somebody sell a piece of art for 400,000. And that's just something they had in the corner of the house and decided,
Wow.
hey, let me go ahead and NFT that. And some of them are completely memes, right? Jokes. For instance, the founder of Twitter,
Yes.
he NFT his first tweet ever on a platform.
And
And
somebody bought it?
I think it was 50 million. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We out here playing around, right? We out here playing around. Right now, there's a kid. What's his name? He's 14 years old. That's making $300,000 a month NFT and just cartoonish pictures. 300,000 something a month. He's like 14 years old. I forgot his name. His name.
Yeah, but the
And
thing is that okay, so you go on this market. I think there was a question from Debbie. It
Mhm.
says, I'm not sure if she's talking about the Bitcoins or the NFT, but she says
Well,
that.
let's get some clarifications. Which one, NFT or
Yeah,
Bitcoin?
can you,
These are two
Debbie, type in,
different
let us know
segments.
if you're talking NFT or the Bitcoin, because she's asking, could it be trusted? So we'll come back to you as soon. Just type in, Debbie, let us know if it's the NFT or the Bitcoin. But the bottom line is that, oh, she's saying both. Okay. Gotcha, girl. So with it, I guess she's saying, because we're all okay, there's a bunch of baby boomers out here. And we're old school.
Mhm.
And the thing is that can we really trust this? How do we? I think one of the bigger things is, like you said, with the Bitcoin we were discussing earlier. How do you get your money? Okay, one is that you can put your money into Cash App. I'm understanding that
Mhm.
the Bitcoin can be in Cash App, and then you can cash it out to the fiat,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But there's so many other Bitcoins out here, or cryptocurrency, not Bitcoins, but cryptocurrency. How do you know what to get and 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 trade?
So many, yeah. Uh, that's I'm a consultant. I do a lot of consulting, right?
Okay.
For people with assets that are trading 10,000 or more, and
Hmm.
but I also have people that are trading lower. It's a The internet was still called information superhighway.
Yes.
A superhighway is where you go get lost. Uh,
I
it's
just caught that.
highway. You can drive on a highway, but a superhighway is where you go get lost. So that's the same thing with when we had Bitcoin, we had Ethereum, we had Litecoin, we had Ripple. It was easy. Now over 18,000 of them. Which one? I recommended Mana when it was 8 cents. Right now it was trading at $5 last week. Right now I think it's trading at around $3 and something cents. A friend of mine that I recommended it to when it was 8 cents called me and sent me a screenshot of her account. My drawer dropped because I thought she had sold it when it reached $1, but she never did, and it was 8 cents when she acquired. That's
Okay.
Mana, called Decentraland. Decentraland is where it's the token is Mana, the project is Decentraland, where you go and buy virtual land. So I can buy a piece of land, a plot of land, and design it to be Manhattan and sell it for millions, right? And design Manhattan on my Decentraland plot virtually. And I don't know if you guys read about Facebook changed the company to Metaverse.
Yes.
And this is what this whole thing is about. Virtual. Everything's going virtual. I'm gonna marry my ex-wife virtually. Yeah, I'm gonna pick her, and we're gonna meet online, and I'm gonna propose, and we're gonna virtually marry. And every day we're gonna have dinner virtually. We're never gonna meet. And you laughing, but that's what we did at Corona during the coronavirus crisis. That's what we did. We had a whole year of virtual relationships, right? Your parents, you couldn't meet your grandparents, you couldn't
Yes.
meet your grandparents. That's what we did, and that's where we're heading, guys, whether you will accept it or not. A lot of companies are closing down their offices. Now everybody's working virtually.
Yes. Yes, because I mean, I know even in my office suites where we have our offices, it's amazing because it's a 200 office suite, but it's only at less than a quarter of the capacity. And most of it was therapists who were in there when it was before Corona. They were, doing their work in the office. Now they do everything virtually.
Yeah.
And so, at that point, I understand what you're saying is the world is changing.
Yeah,
Do you think that we're going
not to cut you off.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to rewrite the love languages. I'm going to remove physical touch from that.
So that's what Debbie just asked. Let us know how the sex goes with the virtual marriage.
It's virtual sex. It's virtual. Everything is virtual, right? That's the reality. And we become very comfortable. We become very comfortable with it. Yeah.
This is going to be quite interesting. So reality is that fast forward to the future, because I do see some changes. Like we just are seeing Michael Strahan is getting ready to fly up in space and people go into space and stuff. Are we, in your opinion, just from a spiritual basis, are we becoming void on a spiritual basis where we're not touching, we're not, to the point that physical will be the uniqueness? Is that where we're heading?
The Chinese invented that years ago. We were not paying attention, the assembly line, that we were going to become robots. When you look at it, we're robots now. How many people get hit in Manhattan walking down the street and not paying attention to the street? We're robots. We're a bunch of robots. Wow. You know what? People don't want to accept the reality of who we have become.
Oh my God.
I have my nephews, my cousins, and I looked at my nephews, which I love a lot, and I looked at my phone record with him. We talked twice in 1 month. We had 18,000 messages.
Wow.
He's comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. We are robots. And that's what technology have created. Robots. And like if you not into that world, you become the anomaly, right? You're the outcast. Like, what are you talking about? You don't use smartphone, you don't do this, you don't say laugh out loud. What? Yeah.
Right, because I know even during the COVID, which woke my eyes up, is that I've always been used to one-on-one with my clients. They come see me, we talk. I didn't know about this thing called Zoom because I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Came COVID, I had no other, I'm thinking as you're going, brother, my spirit is going all over the place because I'm like, oh my God, this could really happen where we become void of our humanity.
And in the context of cryptocurrency, virtual currency, it fits right in. Virtual currency fits right into the new world order we're living in right now. And the thing is, I read the book Left Behind,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm tired, folks, black folks. I'm talking to you. I'm reaching out to you. I'm tired of us getting left behind by our own doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not nobody. Because I remember back in 2018 playing basketball at LA Fitness every day. I'm like, guys, you heard of Bitcoin? Go ahead and get you. I'm like, okay, if you go to the club every Friday, go every other Friday and take that money and put it on this thing called Bitcoin, and I will show you how to do it. Everybody was like, man, just another scam, man. I don't want to hear another scam. I'm like, what other scam have I sold to you before? I'm a technologist. I create codes. I create products. I never sold you anything before. For the first time, I'm telling you, go change your life. And now when I go to the same LA Fitness, it's like, Matt, you got rich off that thing, huh? Give me a little something, Matt. Hook me up.
Oh
But the
no.
thing is, in 2018, it was a fraud, right? It was a fraud, and we do that. Black folks, I'm talking to you. We do that. I spent my whole life trying to educate black people on social issues, financial issues, and everything else. And we are less receptive to listening to our own
That's
when it
true.
comes to financial advice, right? Not financial advice, but when it comes to financial literacy, we'll listen to somebody else. But when it's a black person, another black person will like, nah, man, it's fraud. You're just trying to take
You're
my money.
right. You're very right. And it's sad.
It's
It's
sad.
just like by being a financial advisor and educator out here, it's very depressing when you set up things for your folks, you see where
Mhm.
they can reach financial freedom, and either they go to someone who doesn't look like them, take
Not
your plan and take it to them, or they do nothing.
and we're working hard here trying to create those things for us and for them and for us and getting paid very little doing it because we want to help out. But guess
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's one of the
That's
reasons
the
for
reality.
doing this. Even with the Soul City Network, it is such a
Mhm.
powerful network, but it's difficult because our people still have the doubting Thomas, that we don't talk about really what our affairs. That's why I was so glad you were willing to come on, because I knew you would speak honestly, and you have the same goal I have, which is educating our people.
Our people,
I don't, I
honestly,
mean, financially, I just went to an event and MasterCard is talking about the bridging the wealth gap. And I said, no, 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 no. It's not bridging the wealth gap because that's the have versus have
and
nots.
have
We
not
have a racial wealth gap. And it
racial.
has to do with being not knowledgeable. And then next, with what Debbie just said, we've become distrustful, so we're not moving anywhere. We're not doing anything. So, I'm not saying do one or the other, do some strategies and plans and see. And like I said, just by having you, I was real anxious because I know with what you know
Mhm.
and what you're saying, it's almost biblical, revelations coming true where the monster, the seven-headed monster comes
Must-
forward.
and what I tell parents is a lot of time I'm talking to parents and I'm like, if you don't want to get involved, do your kids a favor, get them involved because they're technology literate. They know technology to get involved, but if you don't, they will play games all day. We have two type of kids in this world. We have the one that plays game to learn how to create their own games to make millions, and we have the one that plays game just for the fun of it. And our kids are playing games or doing things for the fun of it. Nobody more creative technology wise than our kids. We take technology and do amazing things with it, but to make other people money, not for ourselves.
That's true.
The kids, man, I'm passionate about teaching the kids how to become wealthy. Because I mean, you're parents, you don't want your kid. I'm not saying you're not wealthy. I'm not saying you're poor, but you want your kids to be better than you.
Definitely. And the thing is just like they test us, because recently I talked to, when they do the child tax credit that's here, and parents who had children under the age of 6 got $300. Those that had children between 7 and 17 got 250. And my thing was, take half of that, because you're not going to take it all, but take half and do something with it, for the child, because these children are not going to have Social Security, Medicare, all that kind of stuff. And as I'm listening to you, they may not even have the coins, the fiats,
But the thing is, they have the skills, they have the ability, they have the know-how to create their own wealth, so they don't have to depend on those things.
Yes. And that's the other thing is that if they know how to, because my big promotion is stop lying to our children and telling them they're going to go to school, get a good education, get a job. That's the journey of the broke. Get the job, work on it for 30 years. And then after the 30 years, you're going to retire, but they leave out the fact you're only going to get half of what you were making anyway. And you can't live. You can't pay your medical bills. You can't treat yourself. You can't build a legacy.
Look at the Walmart.
Everybody is talking about building a legacy for their children, and we don't talk about it. We the decision between benefits and bills.
And look at the Walmart cash registers, right? You will find a lot of these people, the retirees.
Yes, the retirees, because they don't have enough money. I remember going to a train, it was a car stop, as I'm driving down south, and this little old white woman was barely able to hold her tray, trying to clean at one of the stops for Starbucks. And I was like, why? And she said, she dropped the tray, and I've helped her pick it up. And she said, I have to work. Now, this woman looked like she was almost 90 years old, but I have to work. I got to pay my medical. I won't get my medicine, which is another okie doke that we talk about, medicines and health. There's freedom there. Get healthy. But that's one of the things. And I'm like, this is so horrific. And if it means that we have to look at other means, because we don't want to get caught out here with absolutely nothing. If you get a chance, you might have seen it. There's online, there's a thing called buying, who's this? Okay. Buying a chicken in Venezuela. And if you Google it, it's almost, it's funny first, then it becomes disheartening. Buying a chicken in Venezuela, the value of the dollar that they have in Venezuela is zero. So how you buy it, they weigh the number of the pounds that they have, and that's how you can buy a chicken. And you see this video of it, and it's like stacks and stacks of dollars, their pounds, and that's how they get just to buy and then they go to buying some tomatoes or whatever. I don't want us to be in that position. We should not be in that position.
I retired at 27. That was the last time I worked with somebody. I said retired because retired to me means I'm doing whatever I want. Whatever
that's true.
I want. That's retired doesn't mean, I'm sitting at the house with no, it means I'm doing whatever I want. And I thought I was gonna lose money when I pick up a backpack and travel around the world for a whole year. And that's why I was able to concentrate and made most of my money, jumping from one country to another for a whole year, backpack around the world. And that type of freedom, it doesn't have any monetary value.
It's priceless. I retired, but I retired at 38. And then got back in because I really want to help people, got back into teaching and talking on the market. But it's possible. But I didn't do it that way. Of course, I did it through the stock market and working hard. I ain't going to say I did not work hard. I tell folks the only place that success is before work is in the dictionary. So there's some work going on. But the key is for us to understand that we can become financially free. We first got to put that in. Your wealth has to be in your mind first, and so if this is a way by which people can become wealthy. Now I have another question, devil's advocate here. We watched, I think it was last year, a year before, when we watched the Bitcoin tumble. It came back, but it tumbled. During that time span, is that the volatility of all the cryptocurrency, is it that volatile all the time?
Yes. When I got my stimulus check for $1,200, I put it on Bitcoin, and I looked at it 2 days later. The 1,200 was 700. Right now, it's 17,000. It's new technology. New technology is going to be like that for a while. What's going to help us in 2022 are regulations. The U.S. government is going to regulate cryptocurrency. Me personally, for my selfish reason, which I'm not going to wish it happens, for my selfish reason, I would like for them to ban it.
They did bank it?
Ban Bitcoin.
Oh, ban the Bitcoin. Really?
Then it becomes a kilo of cocaine. Right? But for the sake of the masses, regulation is coming in 2020. That's gonna take away all the people doing fraudulent.
Okay, that's fair.
So we talk about billions of dollars going into fraudulent projects, right? Projects that have no use cases, that have no value. When regulation comes, all this money now gonna come to the projects that have value, that follows regulations, and those just gonna explode.
Hold on to that thought, Matthew. I just want to break. We're WHCR 90.3 FM. We're going to say good night from Access Wealth Nation, and thank you for listening. Okay, we going back. I'm like, you got
already.
But for this, okay, so they regulate. If they regulate, again, because I really appreciate the fact that you mentioned to my listeners that do this legally, pay your tax, do whatever's necessary, and work it out. That might explain also the changes in the tax laws that they're looking at to change capital gain law. But there's different things. This is another question as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Can you put a Bitcoin like in an IRA account, a Roth IRA?
They're working on that now. In fact, I think there are a few Wall Street companies doing that now. I remember I was doing well, yes, you can. They're doing that now. You have to talk to a financial advisor, because I remember doing a seminar in person in LA. It's about 900 people in the room, and now I ask people collectively to say where they're from, why they're here. And a group of gentlemen, I'm on stage with my t-shirt and my sandals. That's my freedom, right? And this gentleman got up, suit up with a money suit, Sean Johns, and I'm like, okay, are you in the right place? And that's exactly what I asked him. Are you in the right place, or are you lost? And they said, no, we're not lost. I'm a hedge fund manager in New York, and my 70-year-old retiree, I'm managing his millions of dollars of funds, come to my office and say he wants to integrate Bitcoin into his portfolio, and I don't know what the hell that is. Then I saw you promoting your educational seminar. That's why I'm here. Yes, you can talk to your financial advisor. Bitcoin specifically, you can.
Someone's asking, okay, does someone who introduces you to Bitcoin benefit? She was approached recently. So is there a multi-level marketing aspect to this Bitcoin?
Run. If it sounds too good to be true, your money is gone.
Mm.
Look up Ripple, XRP. Look at Bitcoin. Look at Solana, Solana. Look at Mana, Decentraland. Look for something. Get quick, rich quick schemes will get you headaches.
Gotcha.
You will never find Matthew. That's why my reputation since 2010, 2011, you will nobody will come up to you and say Matthew did this to me. I had a gentleman that told me one time I did something wrong and he bashed me for that. What I did, I told him to buy this token at this project, these tokens at 4 cents. He sold at three, and I advised them to sell when it reached $3, 4 cents when it reached $3. And
Mm-hmm.
the next day it shot up to 5. And he called me and said, "You made me lose money." And that was one of our own people, right? He said,
I figured as much.
he said,
As much.
"Look what you did, man. You made me lose money." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever you lost, I will refund it. But whatever you gain, you will give it to me."
Hey, that's a good answer.
So, so I'm like, "Okay, you bought at 4 cents, you sold at $3, and you lose money. How in the hell did you lose money again?" And I says, "You know what? Send me the bill for the loss, and I'm sending you the bill for your gain." So
Good answer.
yeah, so stay away. If it sounds too good to be true, in cryptocurrency, you can make 5,000% profit overnight, but it can be done from tokens that pure speculations. It can be done from a project that's pure speculations. You're looking at your account, 5,000 profit overnight, but you can't cash out because there's only sellers, no buyers, right?
There we go. That's another lesson, guys. I
I'm
hope you're
in.
listening.
I'm in for the long term. Ripple. My man here, Matt. When I recommended Ripple to Matt, because he was at my seminar, Ripple at the time was 11 cents. And right after that, it shot up to $5.
Mm.
And it's been hovering between 80 cents to $2, $3. Ripple, I'm using Ripple as an example to tell you guys what kind of projects I participate in, what kind of company I buy. Like I said, I don't buy tokens, I buy companies. Ripple is going after Swifts. Ripple is trying to kill Swifts. Let me explain Swifts. I'm international. I'm Haitians. I send money to my peoples overseas every day. I will send $1,000 to my peoples in Haiti today, and within 10 minutes, they already spent the money.
Mm.
But guess what? The money is held on my account. They hold it. I cannot spend it, but it has not been cleared my account.
Oh.
That's Swifts, a company that processed that transaction. So what they did, they pretty much let my people borrow the money until they resolve the whole thing.
So it's more like a float. You would say
float.
like a float. Uh-huh.
So what Swifts does, the technology was invented in 1974. So it works slow, right? So because it works so slow, they let my people borrow the money so they can spend it in advance until they clear that transaction from between my bank and their banks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that can take up to a week. Ripple came out with a system called Ripple Net that will replace Swifts. Swifts does $1 trillion of transactions every day. $1 trillion of transactions every day. United States government wants to give Iraq $1 billion tomorrow. They send it through the SWIFT system. SWIFT is an international money process, currency process. They send it through the SWIFT system, a system that was designed in 1974.
Wow.
So Ripple come out with a new system. And $1 to my people in Haiti, whether it's $100 or $1,000, I'm still paying $43 something to send it.
So in essence, with the Ripple, someone's asking, where can one purchase Ripple?
I will tell you something. Go to, let me type it. Go to Coin Market Cap. coincap.com. That's where you track all the tokens. On
It's a coin marketplace.
coinmarketcap.com. I added it to the private chat.
Okay.
coinmarketcap.com. Then you will type the name of the coins you're looking for, like Ripple, and then you click on market, and it will show you all the places you can purchase.
Got it.
Coin
Okay.
market cap should be your number one tracker. That's where everything, and that's where you track the price up and down. That's where you track everything.
And so this is really a marketplace
For all the tokens. It doesn't sell them. It's just a directory. Let's say this is the Craigslist for cryptocurrency. It doesn't sell them.
Is there a way to invest? I mean, I know that there are some mutual funds that hold Bitcoins. I know that for a fact. But in the fact of, is there a way, like, I just forgot the word, where you're buying the all I got for lack of a word is the
crypto, the tokens,
the tokens and stuff. But where do you, is there a way to invest in the companies that are doing are creating the Bitcoins?
Some companies,
cryptocurrency.
Some companies will allow the liquidity investment, but those are for the big boys. You don't invest in a company, you invest on the crypto. If you want to invest in a company, you have to contact the company directly and negotiate with them. And see, here's the difference between the tokens and the tokens of the coin. And in a second, I'm going to tell you the difference between a token and a coin. Everything is run on this thing called the blockchain. The blockchain is the technology.
Here we go. Blockchain. Yes.
The blockchain is the technology behind this whole crypto thing. People thinking blockchain, crypto. You know what? You know the space billionaires are going into right now?
Yes.
You know that cell phone in your hands?
Mm-hmm.
You know that plane you're flying?
Mm-hmm.
You know the smart car you're driving now?
Mm-hmm.
They all gonna replace with the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is the internet 3.0. We're not even say 2.0. It's the internet 3.0. The blockchain is the new technology that's going to replace all the old technology. Now, if you talk about investing in a company, now you're talking about investing not in crypto, but a blockchain company. A blockchain company may have crypto, they may have a coin, they may have a token, they may not. So if you see a token, a project that you like, you will contact the company directly and say, how can I get some?
Be a part or buy shares in the company.
An account, and that's selling shares, that's going to start selling shares. It's that's going to start selling shares. It's called what is it? Let me grab my phone here for a second. I have it in my accounts, but this
we had a question someone was asking. She's asking, as a senior learning, is my income level too limited to get your services?
There is no such a thing as income level too limited. Like I said before, guys, I'm trying to help Black people. If this was about money for me, I wouldn't do a seminar in LA with 900 people in the room and don't pay a dime. And I specifically target Black people. I've spent $5,000 on Facebook at the time to market the seminar, and I didn't make a dime from it. And that was in LA. Same thing in New York. Ask Matt. He attended my seminar in New York. Ask him how much he paid. And I don't know if he did or not, but his portfolio, like, honestly, I gave him some coins right now. Had he invested 1,000 or 2,000, he would have at least have $1 million right now.
Wow.
I'm not gonna go into details of that, but Matt didn't pay a dime. This is not really about money for me, but at the same time, here's the thing, right? Here's what I do now. I charge people, and sometimes I decided to refund the money after they invested.
Mm.
Because the thing is, I spent over 10 years trying to get people to grasp this thing, trying to get people to get involved in crypto. And every time I did it for free, they didn't value my service.
There you go.
They didn't listen to me. So now I start charging people. And sometimes I would ask them, I would randomly pick people and say, "Do you have a kid?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sending whatever you paid me, I'm sending your child that amount in crypto so they can get involved into crypto, even if you don't want to."
Mm-hmm.
But it's based on your activities afterwards. Because I spent so much time wasted because I was doing it for free. People show up and lounge and go back home and did not take any actions. So I learned over the years that when you add a number to a service, people value it way more than when you
You're
do
right.
it, especially my people.
Yes.
So now I take people on a case by case basis. When I say case by case basis, it could be free. It depends on how you talk to me, right?
You know, it's interesting. Same kind of situation I have. And I tell folks that you need to sit with a financial advisor.
Mhm.
Tell them what's in your heart that you'd like to. Because, you know, people all have this idea of grandeur and get rich quick, and the numbers are romantic.
Mhm.
But, you know, certain things like in our community, and since I've got people listening, because I knew this forum would make them listen,
Mhm.
is that you got to make sure that when you're doing these things that everything else is in place. Do not, because if I see one more GoFundMe account to bury someone,
Oh wow.
okay, piss me
Those.
off. You don't have that. You don't own a house. You don't own a car. Don't own anything.
But we have Gucci's though. We have Gucci's though. Don't forget about the Gucci's.
Oh
We have
yeah,
Gucci.
we got the Gucci and the what's the other one? The all of them, the Fendi's and the stuff.
Public announcement. Public announcement.
Yes,
Anybody in this chat right now, in this interview right now, that says they don't have money to invest in crypto, invite me to your house and I'll give you the money. I'm gonna go into your closet. I'm gonna go into your kitchen and show you where the money is to invest in
that's
crypto.
right. That's an excellent thing to say. It's just, you know, to prepare, making sure that you have a will, making sure that, you know, if you have all of this asset that you build, make sure that you have it protected. Making sure that if you're going to have something like, I know I spoke to someone and I forgot what they were investing in as far as crypto was concerned, but they did tell me that they were able to do a Roth. Now, just to throw that idea out there, if people don't know what a Roth is, you put the money in, you've already paid taxes on it. When you take it out after 59 and a half, you have the option to cash out without paying taxes on it, nor capital gain. So if there's a broker dealer out there that would do that, then that's another element. But to do all of this, you need to sit with a financial advisor, hint, hint, that that is open to giving you the guidance. And then the wonderful aspect of Matthew here is that he's open to you too. You know, this is why I said is he's gone. He doesn't know it yet, but he part of the family now. You know,
Oh,
and so
I am
it's about opening, as you all know, with Access Wealth Nation. The reason why we have a program called Access Wealth Nation is because you are to access your wealth, and it's nationally. So if you are interested in doing things, you got to be interested in doing. You know, it's one thing to know. Knowledge is great, but action is better. And
if I'm still building wealth, but if I was in the process of starting building wealth, I'll be in front of your house every day. I will sit on your ass. Because the thing is, the key word is not rich. It's not getting rich. It's wealth.
yes,
Wealth is health, right? It's not just about money, guys. I'm 44 years old. When I go places, they ask me for my ID. In fact, I just rented a condo in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and the real estate agent that was with me, the property owner says, "Man, Them little 2019 99 people, I don't rent to them because they tear my house down. And I was like, oh, who you calling 2099? He said, you. And he says, you know what? I would probably rent to you faster if you was the age of your of the real estate agent. And I asked the real estate agent, how old are you? He says he's 32. And I was like, do you know I'm 44 years old? That's wealth.
That is wealth. That is it. And I'm clear with the thing now. My understanding is the NFTs, because I wanted to go back to that a minute. The NFTs is relatively still a new type of wave taking place.
It's the newest out of the crypto. It's still the crypto wave,
It's
but
still part of it.
It's the newest that come out of it. You can say it's two companies, it's two entities that split, but they still have the same money, still using the same technology.
All righty.
Exactly.
So that's because I know I have a friend of mine, very astute attorney, and he was like, Jana, you got to look at this. And so I said, but what am I really getting? You know, if I have a picture, like we have one of our really astute, powerful members of Soul City. He is a nationally renowned collector of Black Americana. They used his images and things for Bamboozle, you know, the Black Bank and all of that. And we were sitting talking with him because someone brought forth the NFT idea. Oh, here's the question. Can someone sell an NFT picture to multiple people at a time?
Yes. I don't know if the person just come in, but I said earlier there are two types of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. One that can be sold exclusively and one that can be sold multiple copies. You can create multiple copies that can be redistributed, or you can just sold exclusively and that person have exclusive right to it and they have resale right to it. Or you can create 10 copies of that same picture and sell each copy to 10 different people, one copy to each person. Then these people, whatever copy they have resale right to.
Got it.
Yeah.
So also with that, if you have that ability to share and you get to use, so this thing could go on and on and on. It doesn't have a stop value.
The use cases. I was thinking about a crazy idea. Do not steal my ideas, because if I see anybody doing it, I'm suing. NFT is my forehead for advertising. NFT my forehead. Somebody will on my forehead. It's like they can do whatever they want to do with it. Put advertising.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is the use cases are crazy. Nothing that can't be NFTs. That's the real with Bitcoin. I know we're talking about Bitcoin, guys, but let's not say Bitcoin. Let's say cryptocurrencies. There's like 18,000 of them, plus 18,000 of them. So let's just say cryptocurrencies. Put everything on the same spot. But the difference between that, cryptocurrencies have trading value, right? I give you a virtual currency and you give me a product or a service.
Yes.
Bitcoin is more, that's why NFTs, that's why you will hear the word DeFi. DEFI. When people are talking about NFTs, you will hear this a lot, DeFi, which means decentralized finance. I'm typing it. Finance.
Someone's asking, so can the NFT copies be resold by the person who bought them as well? So
yeah, they do have resale right. Because the thing is, if I buy something, I can resell it. It has no value to me, right? Think about it. Well, if you put your house, if you NFT your house, your paid house, and you decided that you're gonna sell to 100,000 investors. 100,000 investors invest, and the monthly rent you get from the property or the value of the property belongs to
all of
whatever. Well, not all of it. You can decide to sell 30% of your house.
So
Right.
30% would be divided amongst those.
Can you imagine? When was the last time you have a house you can sell 30% of the house? You sell 30% of the house and still retain 70% ownership. This is decentralized finance, DeFi, decentralized finance. Centralized finance, I go to the bank and get a loan, get a
My
mortgage.
goodness.
Decentralized finance is, guess what? I go online and raise money and sell 30% of my house. NFT, non-fungible tokens, sell 30% of my house. I still retain the right to the house, to 80% of the house. And I'm living in part of it and rent. I'm living in 80% of it and rent 30% of it. And that 30% is shared amongst the investors.
Those people.
This is,
So it says here, question is, can you set a percentage? I guess this answers it. To what you want every time someone sells your item.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
in fact, the exchanges, the marketplace, a lot of the marketplace have those features. And the marketplace we're launching in January, at the end of January, NFT Ad Network marketplace. The NFT Ad Network is huge. We are the first to do this. Not an NFT marketplace, but we're going to have an advertisement network where people can advertise the NFTs, right? You post your NFTs for sale, you advertise to get more people to go purchase it. And we're also the first to do this. Right now, there's no way to authenticate an NFT. So your pictures you're talking about, people are selling crazy artworks for millions of dollars, and nobody know if they're real or not.
Oh, yeah.
So we're coming out with a program that will authenticate those NFTs, make sure they're
this
real.
is really like the new frontier.
New frontier.
Like when the gold rush occurred, when Microsoft came out. I remember when Microsoft came out, and my analyst, I would love to find him, my financial analyst and my broker dealer at the time said, "Are you kidding me? This is a waste of time." I would love to find him now.
We miss that too. We miss, let's put it this way, we miss everything. Everybody on this chat, on this interview, watching this webinar, whatever we want to call it.
This is a real broadcast. It's a real TV network.
The broadcast. Make that mistake. I'm not gonna tell you to go ahead and put a lot of money on this thing, but I'm sure sometimes a lot of y'all planning to go party this weekend. Tone it down a little bit. Instead of spending $100 on food this week to have fun or party, club, whatever, spend 50 and take 50 and experiment with it. Because this is life. It's all a big experiment. And the thing is, this is the only time I hear people saying they lose money when they're learning something and they say they lose money, but they go to universities and give them 50,000 a year, 100,000. They never say they lose money.
Yeah, because they come back and then you pay the 30 to 50 to 100,000, you know, for that education, for that piece of paper, and come out and get a job that's paying you $30,000. So you just lost money. That's a capital loss.
Yeah, learning how to lose is education.
Yep. You're being right, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Debbie said that she's thinking about, she has a son, Austin, who is really a good artist. And she's thinking about putting his artwork into an NFT.
He's a good artist.
And he is a good artist.
His artwork right now?
Does he have
artwork right now? He's a good artist and he's not NFT in his artwork. And in fact, the assignment starts tonight. Tell him to go read on NFT. Just type NFT on Google and just read on it. And that will change his life, man.
Wow. Okay, Deb, you hear that? I know you do. I know you well.
That's his assignment tonight, Debbie. Learn about NFTs. Read
Got it.
Not the new.
She's going to tell him. He's a young man that has a great talent. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm looking at all the things that are out here. I think that just like the element of going to space, which I still haven't figured out why people want to go up to space for a few minutes.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
Find out where the people are going, buy the land before they get there.
Find where the people going.
Buy the land before they get there. That's why they're going to space.
Got it.
Find out where the people are going, buy the land before they get there. If you want to get wealthy, we're going to live in space.
And I know there was at one point in about the year, I think it was 2005, Harvard stopped teaching the constitutional law and did constellation law. And I was like, okay, this is quite interesting.
Yeah, Elon Musk on some land in space right now. Russia on some land. United States on some land in space.
And this person said, my son is a photographer and wants to learn how to put his photos on NFTs.
It's called minting. You mint your photos, and the process. Rarible is one of the Rarible. How do you spell Rarible? It's one of let me okay, do this. Again, I'm not going to sponsor a specific NFT marketplace, but go to Google and type NFT marketplace, and you will get type top 10 NFT marketplace on Google. Top 10 NFT marketplaces, and you will get the top. And just click on them. They have instructions. Some of them have videos instructions on how to mint. The keyword is mint, not how to sell an NFT. It's how to mint, MINT. I'll put it on the chat. How to mint an NFT, and you get even if you type that on YouTube, you get tons of video for dummies. Call it video for dummies for new learners. And they're very easy to learn because the technology is created to make it easy for you to click, and do this.
You see, and that's the whole thing. So my question to you, because we both are in the same realm of educating our people, is this something, because like you do these seminars, I do seminars and to educate, but is it a minimum, or are there other than, I'm looking at you and I know who you are, soul to soul, are people that are very heavily involved in the cryptocurrency and also NFT? Are they getting into it, or is it still that they just don't understand?
It's both. Those are that were heavily involved. Crypto come first. Those that were heavily involved in crypto are either heavily involved in NFT or learning how to heavily involved in NFT. There's a segment of the market that really believe NFT is gonna kill crypto. It's just automatically gonna replace crypto. When regulations start coming, NFT is gonna regulate is going to replace crypto. The reason is because of the use cases. A lot of cryptocurrencies don't have use cases. It's a trading mechanism, right? But NFT have real tangible use cases. And it can be, crypto cannot be applied to everything. NFT can be applied to everything. So yeah, a lot of people say crypto, NFT is going to replace crypto, which I don't believe is going to happen. They're going to work side by side. But yeah, if you involve in crypto and not in NFTs, it's a mistake. So go ahead and correct that mistake now and learn about NFTs. Come up with some crazy ideas for NFTs. You never know. Charlie bit me. Who up?
That Charlie bit me was deep, you know. But again, you know, we as a people have a considerable amount. We're almost like pack rats, you know. And it sounds like to me that there's an opportunity, you know, if we're hoarders, to find stuff, because you still, if I'm understanding the NFT, is that you sell a part of it, but you still own a part. You still own.
You can sell whole. You can sell part. That's what makes it unique. You can sell whole. You can sell parts.
That's amazing.
You can NFT the house, the bathroom in your house. Somebody may like it enough to just own the bathroom of your house. Nah, they're gonna live in it, but
now every time you go to the bathroom, you're making some money.
that's the reality, right?
Because I was
Decentraland.
thinking about my friend and brother from another mother, and the fact that he has all of these unique things. If ever I know that Soul City is working on even a museum for him, because it's so awesome what he has, and the knowledge he has. Because at one point I was told with the NFT that other things come with it. Is there explanations that come with it, or is just the picture, or do you get like other information with it?
Oh, it's an encrypted. You get an encrypted key. Once you mint that NFT, you get an encrypted key that is unique to you. Same
Okay.
thing with crypto. When you buy crypto, it's based on an encrypted key that is automatically generated. And the thing about crypto is the anonymous uh, part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Blockchain. You can my key is my key. Your bank account is what tracks you. Well, crypto is that key. And the great thing about it is decentralized. You can see how much money that key worth, but you
Ah,
cannot attach it to an individual. So that's
I,
why it's called decentralized. Everything is public. It's called a public ledger.
okay.
If I know your key, I know what you're worth. But there are millions of keys. I would have to guess out of millions of keys, if not billions, which one is yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot attach that key to you. That's why the IRS and the United States government is forcing this thing called the KYC,
Ah,
know your customers, into the
yes.
exchanges, trying to match that individual with that key. Before that, it was just the key.
That's a key.
But
But now
that's
it's connecting them.
that's just in the United States. A lot of overseas exchanges, crypto exchanges, don't do KYC. KYC is you gotta send your pictures, you gotta send your names, your social, your passport or your ID, so
Yes.
they know who you are. That's KYC. And a lot of international exchanges don't do that. But United
That's
States is
what my
forcing
clients are experiencing now
it.
in New York, in the United States, is that they're saying they have to give ID, and I
Mhm.
was like, okay, so this is more regulations, but
Right,
in a
right.
sense, the regulatory aspect to it could be good. It also can be bad,
And
but
do
it could
that,
be
yeah.
good because just like one of the viewers here said, someone's doing multi-level marketing, you
Mhm.
know, knock that crap out, because that becomes dangerous. People lose.
Mhm.
It says in selling an NFT, do I set the price for sale?
Yes, you set your price, your bidding price or your direct price. If it's an exclusive NFT, you set your price. If it's a bidding NFT, you set your bid price, your max, your low. People bid on it, or you
So
can
it's like
just
an
set.
auction.
Exactly, it is an auction. You can let it free fall, like whatever it goes for, it goes for. Rappers, the NFT is gonna take the music industry by storm. Nobody's gonna sell music anymore. They're just gonna NFT the album.
Wow. Yeah, we just had a great one of our great musicians, LaQuantum Leap.
Mhm,
He's known for he got game and stuff. He says, I intend on minting my lyrics.
mhm.
He's awesome. So then wait a minute. If that's the case, then if musicians mint their music, they
Mhm.
still own the music. But for people to be able to play it, will they have to pay or
It's not about playing. It's the ownership of that album. Ah.
it's another thinking.
It's about ownership of the album. Imagine if you had on 1% of Prince or Michael Jackson catalogs, which I would like to buy the L. Kelly catalogs, but anyway, that's they're auctioning that for pennies now. Nobody wants it.
That might be a wise thing to do.
Ah, yeah, yeah. And crypto, you can stay anonymous, right? But
Yeah, realistically,
realistically, yeah, yeah.
everybody. doesn't think the same way in this world. In this world, even when bad news is given, good things happen.
Yeah. So it's not about listening to the music, but owning uh, a piece of Tupac's album. Not
That
the
would be
music.
phenomenal.
That's the album. Yep. And
That's
a
phenomenal.
rapper did that recently. I think he raised $1.5 million in like 2 minutes. I think he
Wow.
just did that recently. Yeah. And it's your audience. You just promote it to your audience. We try to get some rappers to come aboard with our project. Uh, you what you do is you go to your 10 million fans and say, "Hey, I'm NFT in my albums." Within 5 minutes, you sold out.
Wow.
You raised two,
And they
three
don't
million.
have to sell it all. So they could give, I'm doing
Exactly.
30%, and they're
Exactly.
still making money.
Yeah. So there's no need for the studios anymore, for the recording studios or the producers taking 50% of your profit. You just go ahead and raise $2 million within a minute with your fans.
Someone says you buy it for pennies and sell it for millions because
Um,
R. Kelly still has people who love his music. He's right.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's but I would like to NFT or Kelly, so not the album.
And he may need to do that anyway because
Yeah. I really did look into it. I really did look into it, but because of some convictions of personal stuff, I would not do it. But
I understand.
because I have other financial decision I can make that I don't want to get involved in that pretty much. But that's just for my own personal reason. But anybody that can, yeah, it's a good investment.
Just get it and sit on it and work with it.
And
Yeah.
and and guess what? If
Hmm?
R. Kelly is listening, anybody with R. Kelly is listening, call me. Because R. Kelly still have an audience. Instead of selling those rights to those albums, why not just NFT them and let your audience purchase the rights to them, as opposed to trying to go to some rich investors which don't like you to begin with. Instead of going try to go to some rich investors to do one purchase, sell it to your audience. And I remember the what is it? What's the name of this dude, man? He came to me one time in Atlanta, and Jody C, the popular
Oh, yeah.
group,
Jodeci.
BBC, the whole group came up to me like recently. That's about 4 or 5 years ago, and says, "Yo, can you help me out? I heard you promote people online, you make people popular online." I'm like, "You're already popular. You have an audience." But guess what? Had I approached them when they were top of the pick, they wouldn't listen to me. Now they're willing to listen because they lost everything, right?
Mm.
That's why they're willing to listen. But and I can tell you, you still have an audience. As long as you still have those members on your social media, you can milk them. That's why one thing the artists and the athletes do not do. They accumulate all these fans online, and all they're doing is those silly social media stuff, social everything. Hey, I'm eating, I'm in the bathroom eating, I'm in a private plane doing, but they can make millions with this audience. By the time they retire and they broke, now they finding out I need some money, but they still don't look to the audience to make that money. Because all they know is running the ball or shooting the ball or
Yes.
making music. They don't know how to make money from their fans. And by the time they come to me, it's kind of like not too late, but I don't want to work with you because you wouldn't even look at me when you was making it. And that's when I
That's true.
really save you.
It's like I just heard, I was listening, and Michael Jordan's underwear that he wore came
Mhm.
for $3,000 plus. But he
That's
should have, if I'm
giving
understanding
away.
it, NFT.
Give it away. I would have NFT that and get 3 million. They give it away. They wasted that opportunity.
This is an awesome education. I want to thank you so much.
No
Those of you,
problem.
if you have any more questions, this is your last minute to do it because we got to close the show. But Matthew's, like I said, my new brother from another mother. Uh,
And
and
before we go, let me clarify something.
sure.
The difference between Michael, that person selling that underwear, Michael Jordan, the difference between selling it and NFT it is one person just buy that for 3,000. The difference with NFT is all the Michael Jordan fans are investing $5.
Wow.
Then you raise 100 million for that underwear by taking $5 from each of his fans that really interested in Michael Jordan.
That
That's the
is
difference between.
awesome. We have here, LaQuantum says, thank you both so much. This is very informative, clear, and motivating. More power to the darkness. Salute. And I want to say to y'all, this is Access Wealth Nation, where every Thursday at 6 p.m. we come on. So I knew that we were going to finally get your answers to your questions. And again, this is so powerful. I'm so thankful to Matthew. Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
I think people got a lot out of it. Those that asked, if not, producer put his information back up. And definitely, if you want a free financial analysis, which can lead to so much more, just contact us at Anaj Enterprises Inc. at Gmail, or call my office 646-375-2121. Matthew, if you decide to come back to the States, let me know.
I don't know. I bought a one-way ticket, so but
Oh gosh, okay. I might have to meet you
virtually anytime.
I might have to meet you in DR. I have a
Hey, let's
cousin
do
of
it.
mine that owns land, and he's been telling me for the longest,
Do it.
come out there to DR, breathe a bit.
Do it.
It's not a pretty situation here in the States right
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
But I will say that I thank you so much for your time. Your knowledge is phenomenal. And the
Thank you
thing
very
is
much.
that you make it so that our people can understand. Now, once they understand, again, the knowledge is just a percentage. The action is everything. He's given us places to go, things to do, stuff that we have naturally that we can help ourselves, because I hate to say it, but my mama used to always say, gimme got you here. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Well, that got you here. Okay. Now you got to do something to get to the
Do
next
something
level.
with it. Execute. Take actions. Because if you don't do something with this, you're going to attend another one 5 years from now and said, "Oh, I heard the same thing 5 years ago. Had I put in $5 5 years ago?" Just take actions, because listening really doesn't do the work. You have to listen then execute.
And the thing is that those who have, because I've heard people, before we go, I had one more question, which I'm glad I've remembered, was that people who get their wallets for their cryptocurrency and they have forgotten their passwords or whatever, that money is gone, correct? Is that how it works?
I have your key, your key, your password. I have somebody right now working around with $42 million in the neck. They had bought one of these ledger, which is the ledger is a hard drive where you have your currency, and he lost the key to that. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's done. It's not recoverable. And there are fraudulent companies promising to recover those for people.
Yes.
And they'll say, "Oh, you have $10,000. You lost 20. You have $1 million somewhere. Just give me 10,000. I recover it." You're gonna lose 1,000,000 and 10,000.
Wow. If you have the key, because I know some people have the key, they just don't have the password. Is there any hope?
Password is recoverable with the key. If you have the key is the key. But do you have the recovery key? There are two keys. You have your wallet address, or with the recovery key. Or you don't recover your wallet, you have to have the recovery key. When you created that wallet, it gave you something called recovery key, where you can recover. Did you write that down also? Where you can recover the wallet if you lose them.
Got it. We'll see.
See, there's a difference between key and address. The address is your account number that holds your token.
Yes.
The key is your access to that wallet.
To the access to the wallet. Okay. All right. So those are very important once you get, if you get involved, make sure
Yep.
that you keep that like,
When you create that wallet, create the recovery key and keep that close to your heart. Because my crypto wallets, my wallet information, they are in 3 safes in 3 different continents.
mm,
I'm gonna leave it there.
that's good. And so there's someone who says here, what is it? So you have people out there, I guess, minting to get, mining to get your password. Is that what he put?
Mining cryptocurrency or hacking. What Bob was trying to say was hacking,
Oh,
HACKING, hacking
hmm
to get your password. Yes, it's very easy to do. Here's what happens. Especially, I can send you a website right now to your email, to your phone, to your text, and say, click on here
hmm
and log into your account to recover it. Because if you don't do that right now, you're gonna lose everything. And what you do is a website I create, and you log in, you give me your login information. Because the thing is, it doesn't go, it's the website. Here's what happens. You see that one I give you right now, coinmarketcap.com?
Yes.
It will be this one spelled COINCOINMARKET cap.com. I can create a website called COINMARKETCAP.com. And you don't look at the difference.
Right.
And you think you're logging into the real market cap. And in fact, I can make it even better. Take something that's similar, like an I coin. I can make that I what? A
Mm.
G plus, a J, or something that's similar to an I. People trick people. People wake up and their entire wallet is wiped out. Because
Wow.
they click on that link, bookmark everything. If you sign for a website, don't search for it. Google is the number one search website on the internet. Do you know that? People go to Google to search for Google,
Yes.
to click on Google. Bookmark everything and click on it from the bookmark. Don't never search for a website with crypto to click on it. Because I know myself, I don't do that stuff. Myself, I can make my website as popular as a website you sign on to. And when
Mm.
you search for that website, my website comes number one. You click on it, thinking it's that website you intended to go to, and you go to my website, enter your password, your username and password, and click on send or log in, and it doesn't go anywhere. You're thinking the website's not working. It already sent me the information. It already
Wow.
sent me your login information. And when you find out the website is not working, and you call the company and say, hey, that's not our website. Now you're trying to log into the real website, and you look at your account, and it's wiped out in seconds.
So for every good action, there's an equal and opposite. Not nice people out there.
Yeah, when it comes to the financial world, not nice people.
It is true,
Yeah.
because we have that same problem with credit cards, bank accounts. They'll send you a note, IRS.
Mhm.
I tell folks, IRS will never email you.
Email you. And
They're
that's this
going to
thing in
send you a
crypto.
letter. They get free postage. So they
There's this
have a
thing in,
problem.
there's this thing in crypto that, especially when you Telegram, is where most of the projects are. Telegram.
Telegram.
.com, and they would always send alerts. We will never DM you. Private message you first. You have to private message us, then we will respond. In crypto, use that same concept everywhere. Do not contact anybody. Do not respond to anybody that contact you in crypto unless you contact them first.
Got it.
All
Wow,
right.
this was awesome. So again, thank you all for listening to Access Wealth Nation. I'm telling you, Matthew, you are priceless,
Thank you very
and
much.
I'm glad to know you. I hope all of you appreciate this genius of a king that we have. And definitely action is queen. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
So
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to my peoples. And I do this with a passion. It's not just about, like I said, it's not just about money for me. It's about creating opportunity, like you doing, create opportunity and wealth for my people. And I
Yes.
think we don't get enough credit, Dr. Woodhouse, for what we're trying to do. And I say trying because it's hard.
It's real hard,
It's hard.
definitely.
It's hard.
But I
Yeah.
do believe that if we change one mind and get
One
one
mind.
active, it's one, each one teach one, each one reach one, and we can make a difference. So we will be in touch again. I
Definitely.
appreciate you so. I appreciate the entire audience. Thank you for tuning in, and come back and listen again. We got more stuff to share. And so y'all have a great night, and thank you again.
All right, guys. Peace.
She was told that she couldn't play with the boys. She was told that they were too big, too rough, too strong. She was told to give up her dreams and move on. She was told to just be pretty, be quiet, be a lady. She was told that women had to stay on their side of the court, stay in your lane. Playing and competing with men was insane. She was told that men and women would never be equal. Dreaming like that would only be linked to your mind, to your soul. She never listened. She knew that their thinking was old. She is magic. She is the definition of spirit. She is what champions are made of. She is